Today on The Good Stuff, what's cooking for Easter brunch?
The thing I love about brunch is that you can invite people early.
Yes.
And then they leave a little early.
Andrea Buckett, Anna Olson, Shahir, Massoud, and I handle the menu and share brilliant tips for delightful eats this Easter.
I'm amazed by this idea.
We learn things
I'm like, what?
every day here on The Good Stuff.
Then,
Can you even deal with this?
we're stacking, smashing, stuffing, and swirling our way through the kitchen and building what just might be the most iconic Easter cake of all time.
It's like a coffee cake.
Yeah, with candy in it.
With candy.
Yes, fantastic. Get comfy. Well, Easter is just around the corner, and maybe it's because eggs are the star of the show, but I think it's about time that we have the ultimate Easter brunch. All right, helping me whip up this stellar menu, please welcome Andrea Buckett, Shahir, Massoud, and Anna Olson. Sports game. I feel like an athlete right now. I am so excited to have y'all here. We are doing brunch today.
Yes.
Now, brunch I feel like often seems like the less complicated version of hosting. What do we agree?
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
Right?
Love a good brunch.
Yeah, the thing I love about brunch is that you can invite people early.
Yes.
And then they leave a little early.
You can take a nap. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have your afternoon to yourself.
Yes, it's a dream.
What a delight. We love hosting, but we also love when you leave.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it. So we are doing an ultimate Easter brunch today. Anna's going to start us off. So you two, go
All
have
right.
a seat. It's going to be fantastic. Anna, what are we starting off with?
We are making a zucchini cheddar waffle stack.
What? Okay. So we're not messing around with this
No,
brunch.
we're getting right into
Right
it.
on into it.
So this is the heart of your brunch,
Okay.
the entree.
Yes.
And I've already got some bacon cooked off.
Okay.
I want to get the eggs slowly frying. Just good old fried eggs.
Nice,
Before
classic.
I get into the other key components.
Okay, and know what I love
So-
right now that you're doing that feels very, for some reason this always feels very cottagey to me. You're cooking your eggs in the bacon fat.
Oh, yes.
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 It's so much flavor. Otherwise, you're just throwing that out.
Yeah, you're gonna add oil to the pan anyways.
Yeah.
So much flavor in that.
Use the bacon oil.
Yeah.
We're,
All right.
we're literally layering the flavor as we layer our waffles, eggs, bacon, and then cheese sauce
Oh
is
my
going
gosh.
to actually bring it all together.
I love this. Okay, fantastic.
And this is a fun recipe, even if you're making cheese sauce, say you're doing the Easter, some people do turkey dinner.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing the ham and you need some cheese sauce for your potatoes or your broccoli, this is just a great cheese sauce recipe.
Okay.
And the proportions are easy to remember. So we've got a cup of cold milk,
Okay.
and while it's still cold, before it starts heating up, I'm adding a tablespoon of cornstarch.
Oh.
So where a typical, in cooking school, you're taught to make a bechamel,
A roux.
turn it into a mornay
Yeah.
by cooking butter and flour. By adding cornstarch, you end up with a glossy cheese sauce that doesn't get gloppy or stodgy when it cools.
It gets kind of claggy and gloopy.
Good word.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which I'm not mad at. But if you want that beautiful oozy cheese sauce, I love this
And
cornstarch.
it stays nice and oozy. So
Yeah.
after you make it, you can cool it down and reheat it again. Now, what I've done, because I'm replacing that roux flavor, the toasted flour flavor, I've added a little Dijon mustard.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So if I can keep you in charge of this, Mary.
That's okay, fantastic.
So what we need to do is bring the cornstarch up to a full simmer. When
Okay.
you see it gets glossy, we're gonna reduce the heat to medium. And then you can stir in the 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese.
Yo, this is the amount of cheese you want to be using for your cheese sauce. It is a full bowl of cheese, and it is a good thing. All right, I'll take over whisking that.
And I actually came up with this formula of using the cornstarch when I was making cheese fondue.
Oh,
because when you make cheese fondue, you toss the cheese in cornstarch, and
Yeah.
it keeps your fondue from splitting when it
Yes.
sits over the burner.
No,
So same idea.
I
won't
have
split.
never ever made a cheese sauce with cornstarch. Have either of you?
Never.
I'm amazed by this idea.
We learn things
I'm like, what?
every day here on the good side. I love a cooking day because every day I'm like so many facts,
Yeah.
so many new things.
And you know this dough so well, so I'll have you keep an eye, if you don't mind,
For sure.
on the eggs. We'll just throw a little
Perfect, but
pepper
like
on there,
look
too.
at this. It is already thickening up, and you're right. It's glossy.
Yeah.
There's no
Beautiful.
lumps. There's nothing
yeah, you
like
don't
that.
have to worry.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Good makehead. Okay, so now the zucchini cheddar waffles. Which a good savory waffle, these get crispy on the outside, nice and squidgy in the center. It starts with 4 cups of fresh zucchini, which is about 2 medium-sized zucchini. Put a little salt in the zucchini, let it sit for 20 minutes. This draws out some of the water because if you don't do this step, you end up with a watery waffle batter and it won't crisp up.
We don't want a
nicely.
watery waffle.
No.
No.
That's not a good Easter.
And then just take a minute. You can put it in a colander. Give the zucchini a good squeeze.
Okay.
Keep the zucchini water? No.
no.
It's salty, bland.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes you think you're like, oh, I'm going to use this. I'm going to be
Yeah.
creative. Don't do it.
No.
Yeah.
Now, to make the zucchini waffles, I add my eggs,
Nice.
flour. Everything just gets mixed up together.
I
So,
like this.
unlike cake making,
There might be a cake
no
later.
combining the dry ingredients. Everything just goes right in the bowl.
Yeah.
So I've got my flour, baking powder, salt. I'll give that a quick stir to combine everything. Some waffle recipes call for you separating your eggs and whipping the egg white.
Yeah.
And folding it in. Not this.
Not this one.
Not this.
Well, it's got that density with that beautiful zucchini in there. And I heard you say the word cheddar, so I'm assuming that's also
Yeah,
in the
more
mix.
cheddar.
More cheddar.
More cheddar.
I love that. That's going to give such a good texture.
Oh, yeah, the caramelization on the outside. And then
Yum.
because of that, you don't need to add any extra fat to the batter itself. And then to really bolster the cheese flavor, just a little bit of finely grated Parmesan
Just more cheese.
Yeah,
I
more
love
cheese.
that.
Why not?
And then I'm finishing it off with some green onions. That's the batter.
Yummy.
So this is enough to make 4 generously sized waffles. Or if you want to be dainty about it, you could do 8 smaller ones.
Okay, right on. I love that. Also, this cheese sauce looks so good. I've never made an easier cheese sauce. My
Yeah.
mind is blown.
No room.
Right now? Yeah.
No room.
No room.
Waffle iron. Preheat it. Depends on your waffle iron.
Beautiful.
I am not filling. I'm not trying to make a complete round waffle. I like that Liège style waffle with the roughly edges.
100%.
So I find a half a cup of batter is plenty.
This is where you see a real professional about to make a waffle. I have never effectively made a waffle without it spilling out the sides of my
Well,
waffle iron.
usually when you've got the regular batter, the first waffle is awful.
It's an awful
Yeah.
waffle.
It's an awful
Yeah,
waffle.
yeah.
It's oozing down the sides, and that's when the doorbell rings and you're scraping.
Scraping,
that
yeah.
fast. So this one is a press and flip.
Perfect.
And it depends on your iron, but it takes about 4 minutes
Okay.
to crisp. To crisp
Crisp
up
up,
on
yeah.
the outside. And after about 2 minutes, you can sneak a peek and see how it's coming along.
Nice. And that cheese is going to get almost freaky and
Yeah.
crispy. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
All right. Now, the key is, let's be real, brunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are coming at what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Do you want to wake up at 5 a.m. to start this?
I
No.
do not, Anna Olson.
Hard no.
Yeah.
You can make these waffles the night before, store them in the fridge, and then warm them in a 300-degree
They love it.
oven.
The people love it.
The cheese sauce can be made a day ahead,
Also,
chilled,
like-
warmed over low heat.
Yes.
Even the bacon you can do ahead of time if
Yeah.
you want to. Crisp it up.
Totally.
So it's the eggs that are really your to-order item.
That's
and
good.
They're coming along
I
very
was
nicely.
going to say, this stove is being nice to me today, and I'm feeling good. Yes. All right, we've got some of those waffles
Yes.
on the back counter. This cheese sauce is like beautiful and creamy and silky, looking beautiful.
Look at this sauce. The
I
sauce
can't-
alone is like Anna
I
Olson.
cannot.
I know.
Yeah. All right, shall we put this all together?
I think we should.
Okay, cool.
So, of course, you can do just plate the waffles with your eggs and your bacon and your cheese sauce over top. But what we're going to do is, I'll grab a pair of tongs, is create this stack. And this is kind of a shareable stack,
Okay.
because it's a bit excessive for
Yeah,
two people.
listen, I love this.
will be honest.
All right, what's the next ingredient?
I'm going to put We're going egg. 2 spitty eggs on top. And of course, if it's over easy, you prefer, or poached.
The waffle's ready.
Okay.
Let's take a gander. Oh, that's a nice waffle. Okay, we're almost like...
It's not awful.
No, it's not an awful waffle. First waffle is a winner, Anna Olson.
So
Beautiful.
on go the eggs. I'm just gonna throw this back
Pop her
here.
over there.
That
So I know where to
smells,
set it.
first of all, amazing.
And let's drizzle some cheese sauce. So the cheese sauce is your glue.
Okay. This is like the icing of the cake or the hollandaise. Oh,
Stop it. Come on.
get out of here. Get out of here.
But isn't that shine beautiful?
Okay, wait, I have to turn the plate because this
I'm
drip.
not cooking today.
Take
I'll
a
tell you
look
right now.
on
I'm not
camera
cooking
3,
today.
this drip of cheese sauce that's happening right over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Just take a picture. Right there.
Yes,
We're gonna layer the bacon on. On goes another waffle.
See, this is where it gets excessive. This is the good. Oh,
we're gonna keep stacking.
Keep stacking.
Can you even? And also, this is the most beautiful chaos I've ever seen in my life.
It's like a
It's a bit more
showstopper.
cheese sauce,
It's a
shall
little
we?
bit messier than my usual precise baking. More cheese.
More cheese.
Yes.
Oh my
And
God.
hold on to that sauce. More bacon. Let's throw another waffle.
Oh,
on there.
but
Keep
of
going.
course.
More cheese.
More cheese sauce. And then for health, a little bit of cream. And
To disguise the cheese.
Someone get me something right now.
I am like, I was gonna say, Shahir is ready. We're
Oh,
gonna.
we've got a sexy
Look at that.
cascade
Connor,
of
come take
cheese.
a
Too
look.
nice to
Look
eat.
at this drippy right here. Can you even deal with this? Okay, we are all way too excited. Yeah. We are off to a great start for this Easter brunch. We gotta take a quick break, but when we come back, Andrea, you're up next. Oh my gosh.
Tomorrow on The Good Stuff.
Yeah, we're a good I know, this is really exciting. I'm having a great time cooking with you. Yeah.
Top chef icon Gail Simmons joins me in the kitchen to dish on work, food, and the wonders of a beautiful bumbleberry buttermilk upside down cake. Plus,
We have so many incredible brands on our side of the border.
yeah, from hair to skincare and makeup. Find out just how easy it is to keep your beauty products Canadian. That's tomorrow on The Good Stuff.
We are making delicious eats for the ultimate Easter brunch today. Now, before the break, Anna made the most intense, amazing stack of waffles, bacon, cheese sauce, eggs. It was epic. And we're gonna follow it up with a very epic, but like slightly lighter, I feel like,
A little lighter.
brunch
Yeah.
dish.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that, Anna. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I want to eat that. So we're going to do a really crispy potato with homemade gravlax.
Oh, fancy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a little watercress and radish salad just to like tie it all together.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
so
Okay.
it's really easy. It's also something that you can do well ahead, so you're not like rushing around the kitchen trying to have a little glass of champers.
Yes.
Well, so you're relaxed when your guests get there, which is so important.
That is the key. The spoiler alert, I don't know about you, but when people are coming over,
Yeah.
I am like, I don't know how to boil water.
Right.
I don't know what to do. And I freak out. And when they get there, you want to feel like you're calm, cool, and collected, even if you're not. That's the trick.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the salmon. So gravlax is actually really easy to make at home. And you want to start with a nice piece of salmon. They always say start with a fresh piece of salmon. I don't know when you'd be making, any salmon when it's not fresh.
Yes.
Yeah, when do you ask for the same piece?
When do you say, can I have yesterday's salmon?
Right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely, you don't want this to be in your fridge for a while. You want to buy it fresh, you want to bring it home, you want to make this. And this takes about 2 or 3 days to cure. So just, make sure you have that time available to
Yeah.
you.
I love that. And
Yeah.
that's the thing with gravlax, it's a cured salmon.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like, gives it that beautiful kind of smoked salmon-y texture.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but it's mostly unattended. So you're just going to throw everything together and let it sit for 2 days.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's start with the flavoring. So at its core, you've got salt and sugar, which are the curing components, right? The sugar and salt draws out the moisture and also concentrates that gorgeous silkiness of the fish, which we like. Now we're going to season it up with some spices. I like my favorite, honestly, I love coriander
Me
seeds.
too,
Like,
Andrea Buckett.
I could literally just pop one in my mouth and eat one. I love them that much.
Do you want to give it a go? I'm going to give it a go.
Well, I don't know if on live TV that's the right thing to do. But With my luck, it would get caught in my esophagus, but...
I'm feeling good about it.
Are you?
I feel like it was like a little air, like a breath freshener.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with some fennel as well, which I know people don't often have this at home. Like I think about it in Italian cooking, but it's really nice in this application as well.
I love fennel.
Yeah, it's just super delicious and bright. And then we're gonna go with some classic black peppercorns. You could use any kind of peppercorns that you have on hand.
Okay.
And you're just gonna give those a blitz to sort of break open those seeds and sort of let those essential oils out.
Let them do their thing. Now, this is going to get loud, so give it a second.
Let's get loud.
Does that look good?
Yeah,
okay, perfect. We did it. Nicely
you
done,
can use mortar
everybody.
and pestle as well,
Yeah.
but this is easier.
This
for
is
most
way
people,
easier. We
yeah.
love this. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna dump that right in the bowl, along with our other ingredients. So we've got some kosher salt here. And I know it looks like a lot of salt. Everyone's freaking out. Yeah. But you're not gonna eat this salt. It's just gonna really help to cure it and, make sure that you get no bacterial growth in your salmon. It's gonna be fine, everybody. You're not gonna eat all that salmon.
No, most of this salt and sugar is going in the trash later. It's just what you need to actually cure that fish.
Totally. Last but not least, about a cup of chopped dill. Now, I've done it where you put the whole dill on the bottom and on the top, but honestly, this is easy this way.
Love this. Okay,
All right,
perfect.
I'm gonna let you toss that together.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a fork here.
Do you want a little tongue?
Tongue, great.
I got you.
Great.
I can
All right.
smell those spices over here.
Yeah.
They
Love
just
that.
made
Fresh.
it took about 20 seconds.
So
for it to
aromatic.
waft
To actually
over.
waft over, yeah.
So I'm just gonna put about a third of this in the bottom. I just like to put some on the bottom. It's not like 100% necessary, but it's what I like to do. It's
Love it.
what I got used to.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna pop this in here skin side down.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I love that we're using skin because it holds it all together.
It does.
Really makes it nice.
Makes it easier to slice and all that jazz.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna just literally pour that whole bunch of spices and salt on top of the salmon. Make sure it's well coated.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah. This feels so fancy.
It does feel fancy, right?
Yeah, it feels like we're going to like a fancy French, even though it's very Scandinavian, but fancy French restaurant, you know?
Totally. Yeah, and it's really nice to have. You can keep this in the fridge. It's going to go in there for about 2 days. Keep in mind, the longer that you cure it, the saltier it sort of becomes. So 2 days, I find, is the sweet spot.
Okay.
I've done it for 3, and I learned my lesson.
A little too salty for
salty
you.
for me. But you know what? You can play around with this, and it's always delicious.
The longer you cure it too, the more kind of firm that texture gets.
Yes.
Which is really, really beautiful.
Okay, so now you want to find a dish that is smaller than the one that you have your salmon in. Pop it in top. Pop it in top or on top. And you're going to put your cans on there just to weigh it down to really help the sugar and salt do its thing.
Okay, cool.
All right, then we're going to throw that into the fridge. Let it do its thing for 2 days. It's hefty, so you got to get it to the fridge. Make sure you make some room in the refrigerator for that because it's going to sit there for a couple days.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then once that's all done and doing its thing, we're going to move on to my very favorite food, and that is a potato.
Who doesn't love a potato?
Love a
Oh, yeah.
potato. And
Of course.
for a brunch,
Yeah,
you got to have
it's
a crispy
classic.
potato.
It's either it's a hash brown, a roasty, or something like that. But this is great. So I love myself a smashed, twice-baked potato. I usually do them with the little baby gems or the fingerlings, and they get super, super crispy around the outside. So what we have here is we have our Yukon Gold potatoes. Now choose ones that aren't like massive.
Yes.
These are sort of like a medium size.
These are the like Lucy's that you buy. You know what I mean? Not the ones you get in the bag, because
Yeah.
those ones can
Yeah.
be the size of like your head.
Yes.
Just the little guys, yeah.
This is the time that you're going to actually pick them out because you want them to be this sort of size for this. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do first of all?
Okay.
I'm going to move these bad boys, and we're going to douse this tray with some olive oil.
How much olive oil are we talking?
I mean, 3 tablespoons.
Okay, let's
I
do a
know,
little
it's a
blood
lot.
blood.
Yeah,
guys.
wow.
But don't worry, that's okay. We're just gonna do a bit of this.
We're essentially making French fries in a pan.
Yes,
it's
fantastic.
it's a secret way to make French fries.
I love
all right?
it.
All right, so we're just going to rub this around here.
Okay.
And we're going to get them on here.
Now you've parboiled these potatoes, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You parboil them till they're nice and tender, and then you're either going to use the bottom of like a mason jar or a vase or something like that, or in my world, I just
Good old hand.
and you're just going to
Smush it down.
Wow.
Can I do one? This looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Also, so
nice.
fun.
Oh, that is satisfying.
Right?
When
It
the skin of the potato pops, it's very satisfying. Yeah.
You kind of want to do it slow and firm,
Yeah.
so you get these craggly bits around the edges that are going to crisp up and get nice and golden brown.
Totally.
And then you're looking for them to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, roughly.
Okay.
And then guess what, Mary?
We're doing more oil?
We're doing more oil.
Yes, we are, Andrea.
Right.
I love this energy. Okay. Let's see how fast this comes out.
I know.
Not fast enough for me. So we're going to do this.
I'm just going to pop around here and grab the salt.
Okay. So just do a little drizz
A little drizzle.
or glug,
Oh,
as I just did
watch
there.
this here.
Whoopsie, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank
You look stunning. I don't want you to get
thank you,
oil
thank
on
you. That's
you.
my girl.
I mean, me, myself, I have oil stains on everything. Yeah. All right, a lot of pepper. And then we're going to go in with some salt. You know, I can't handle this spoon, Mary.
No,
so
I know. We're again, Andrea Buckett, you like to feel your food, which I
I do.
love. Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna salt and pepper them, and then you're gonna get them into a 425-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes until they look how you want, which is golden brown, crispy around the edges. This is gonna be the perfect base to put our smoked salmon on, or our lox on, excuse
So
me.
basically what we've made here are like little potato plates,
Yes.
which is very good. I'm very excited about it.
Look at those,
Oh.
right?
That one. That's the one.
Edges. Yes.
I will say, I used to be a corporate chef, so we used to make a lot of the stuff ahead of time, and you always have to make double because we do walk around and just sneak off
A
the
little bit. These little crispies.
If you're not doing that and you're the cook in the kitchen, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
right?
100%. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So good.
Okay. To go with this, because we have a lot of like richness and fattiness here with the salmon and the olive oil, I want something to sort of break it up. So we're going to use some watercress.
Okay, I love that.
Watercress and radish. So it's spicy, it's verdant, which just means green and bright and delicious. And we're going to add, just simply dressed, we're going to put a little bit of white wine vinegar.
Okay.
It could be lemon as well.
Okay.
But I feel like it could be apple cider vinegar. Honestly, whatever you have hanging around. I like myself some acidity.
I love that any sort of like a light colored vinegar works beautifully. Like a
Yes.
balsamic on this might kind of pull back on it.
It might be a bit too cloying,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And I'm going to get you to just to season that up a little bit too, because you always want to season your salad.
It's very springy.
Very sweet.
Very.
I like it.
Andrea Buckett, she's a thinking. She's playing 3D chess here. Yeah.
Sometimes I do. Sorry. And as always, I overfill my bowls because,
I mean-
I can't help myself.
No, it's the same with me.
All right, really quick toss here. So you could let people serve themselves. You could do it family style, but why don't we plate one of these up, Mary?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so let's take.
There's a little.
Is there a spatula?
Here we go.
You do want a spatula for this because these might, fall apart a little bit.
Okay.
But let's just
Oh my gosh.
take these across.
Oh, that
here.
one's mine.
That one's
Okay.
yours. Yeah. Right.
So
We're gonna pop them
crunchy.
up here. Then we're gonna do a little smear of sour cream. It could be cream cheese. I've done these with cream cheese
Oh,
too.
cream cheese would be
Yeah.
beautiful. Or even a cream cheese sour cream mixture.
Yeah, Greek yogurt. I love myself some Greek yogurt. It has that real tang to it. But a really good sour cream will give you the same sort of vibe.
Beautiful.
And you know what?
She's going her hand. Know where your best salad tongs are? Right at the end of your arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like to do this because for me it's about the showmanship, right?
Yeah.
You want it to look good. You want a bit of those craggly potatoes sticking out.
Yeah.
You want a bit of that green and the red from the radish. And then we're going to top it off with the beautiful salmon.
So this is the gravlax. You've thinly
Yes.
sliced it.
Yes.
Beauty.
That is stunning, Andrea.
You guys, this is so easy to make. It looks like you went to a fancy restaurant, but honestly, you can do it at home.
Now, what if you're not maybe the biggest fan of the salmon? Could you do something like this with maybe eggs?
A jammy egg,
Yeah.
like a 6-minute egg.
Yeah.
So my way to cook a 6-minute egg is to bring the water up to a boil, gently lower the eggs down using like a spoon or a ladle so they don't crack. Lid on, 6 minutes, turn it off. Maybe 30 seconds to sit, and then you crack them and you slice them open, and you're gifted with these gorgeous jammy eggs.
Jammy eggs. Andrea Buckett, this is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna eat this crispy potato. And up next, if you can't decide between a cannoli, a croissant, or French toast, well, neither can I, so I'm gonna mash them all up when we come back. Stick around. Ultimate Easter brunch today. We've been bringing, I feel like, our best to the table.
I agree.
I'm feeling really good.
Yeah.
Yes. Anna Olson made a stack of waffles that was out of control. Andrea Buckett made the most crispy, delicious, but also somehow creamy potato with that amazing gravlax. Oh my gosh, so good. But I thought I'd take us into the kind of sweet territory.
All right.
You know what I mean?
We need it.
That's the thing we like about brunch is that you can go savory, you can go sweet, you can do whatever you want. It's brunch. It's the morning, you have a guest over, there's coffee, it's great. So I thought, why not serve up a little bit of a triple threat of a sweet? I'm gonna show you how to make my incredibly delicious, super easy to share cannoli, croissant, French toast bake. How does that sound? I feel like, Shahir, you understand.
I understand, but I'm excited to see what this is all about.
Yeah.
Because I like all those three things.
100%.
How do you make them one?
My issue is that I can sometimes really not make decisions, especially when it comes to food. I'll be like, I know what I want, but it is like 8 different things, and somehow I need to bring those into one dish so I can eat them all at the same time. So that's basically what I did with this one.
Cool.
I'm feeling very excited about it. So the first thing we need to do is get to work on the kind of sort of cannoli filling. Now, this is not a true cannoli filling, but it has the vibes of cannoli filling, so I'm feeling happy about it. So in a large bowl, I'm gonna add in 2 cups of ricotta cheese. I like to go for like a traditional ricotta. It's got a little bit more texture to it. You can buy a smooth variety, but I like that little bit of kind of
like crumbly almost.
Yeah, it's almost got,
cheese.
it's a little drier, which I really like, a little more like a cannoli. So I've got that here, and I'm just gonna add that into a large bowl. And this is where you get to start to flavor this up, kind of, sort of like a cannoli. So the first thing I want to do is sweeten this a touch. So for the sugar, I'm going in with 1/3 cup of icing sugar. You could also do this with regular white sugar, but I am going to dust the top with icing sugar. Why get out 2 sugars?
Why?
Why? You know,
Why?
I'm not doing that. Andrea gets it.
I get it. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going in with about 1/3 cup of that powdered or icing sugar. Now I'm gonna season that with about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's just gonna pull back on that sugar a bit. And ricotta's a relatively neutral cheese.
I love ricotta.
I do too, but it loves a little bit of salt in it.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, so good. Now, for a bit of the cannoli vibe, I'm going in with the zest of an orange. Now, typically when you're making a cannoli, Anna, you do like a little candied orange peel situation too?
Yeah, that's traditional.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling? I see your face.
I know.
You're not loving it, are you?
I'm not gonna lie. You know when you get a cannoli and like one side's dipped in pistachio or chocolate and the other has that candied orange peel? I'm like, I'm not eating that half. That half's for Aaron. I like a candied orange peel, but if you're giving me the option between a pistachio or chocolate and a candied orange peel, I don't do it. So I'm just going in with the fresh orange zest. It gives a really nice bright flavor. And to be honest, this time of year, I love using citrus because this is kind of the tail end of citrus season.
Yeah.
You think citrus season is in the middle of summer because that makes sense. It reminds you of the sun, but really it's actually kind of in the winter time. So this is a great time to use it. Your oranges are going to be beautiful. You can save this to eat up later, which is a dream, and you're gonna be good to go. All right, now I'm just gonna mix this together carefully because we have icing sugar in there, always messy. And then into there, I'm gonna go in with those favorite cannoli flavors that I love so much. I'm going in with both chocolate chips and pistachios because that's what I wanna do today. Feeling good about it. So I need about 1/4 cup each of chocolate chips. I'm using the mini chocolate chips here because I like to get more little bits of chocolate throughout as opposed to those big hunks.
It's a nicer bite, too.
I know,
Yeah,
I like it. And those semi-sweet are perfect. It's about 1/4 cup of those.
Measure with your heart, Mary. Measure with your heart.
A little bit more than I think, a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go in with some pistachios. Now, I've just chopped these up. Going in with about 1/4 cup of those pistachios. That's gonna give you a nice crunch. I love a pistachio.
Me too.
It's the best nut.
It's the best nut.
the best nut.
It's the fanciest nut, too.
Name a better nut.
I honestly can't.
You can't.
Shahir.
Touche.
Touche! You walked right into that one, my friend. All right, give that a nice, good mix together. And that is basically that cannoli kind of filling in essence. But now we're gonna move on to the croissant portion of this recipe. Am I gonna ask you to make croissants? No, I am not gonna do that because I don't wanna make croissants. But I am gonna ask you to get day-olds, and I'm gonna ask you to take an old walk on over to that weird little rack in your grocery store where all the old baking is.
Nice.
And it's 50% off. Those are the croissants you want to use.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
You don't have to go to your favorite bakery to
No.
get a nice one. Honestly, the grocery store ones are perfect for this. They bake up beautifully. So I've got about 5 or 6, and you just want to divide that beautiful filling into those croissants. So just spread it in. Are we feeling it now, Shahir?
In the oven.
Are we getting it? Right? Just 100%.
Yeah.
Stick that in the oven, and that would be a delicious treat in and of itself. It's almost like, I kind of thought of this almost like when I was making like almond croissants and things like that, using up those day-olds that are a little stale, a little dry. How can you give them new life and stuff them with more flavor that you want to eat?
Yeah.
That's usually what I think about at nighttime. I'm not gonna lie. All right, a little bit more of that beautiful filling. You can fill it as much or as little as you'd like. Probably gonna do, 4 or 5. Then what you wanna do is you get a little bit of a baking dish. You want about a 9-inch baking or casserole dish. You could do a square, you could do a circle, whatever you want. We have a really cute little heart one here, because it's Easter. You have Easter with your loved ones. We love this one, very cute. And then you just wanna nestle those croissants right on in. Just give them a little shove. If they don't fit, shove them in. It's all gonna be fine. These are big, but really just kind of cram them in there. It's gonna look like the dog's breakfast, but it's all gonna bake up beautifully. Because once we put that beautiful custard onto there, it's going to just puff everything up. So just shove them in. That actually worked really nicely. Yeah, I feel really good about that. All right. Now, in this bowl, if you have any of that ricotta left over, that's totally cool. We're gonna use that actually in that custard mixture, that classic French toast custard mixture. So in that bowl, I'm going in with 5 eggs, just regular old eggs. Crack those right on in. I always pretend I can do a 1-egg hand crack. Can you do it, Anna?
I can.
You can, but are you, like, do you have sometimes just... That way? See, now I'm getting cocky though. Can you?
Like you did it live.
I know, I'm gonna try it again.
I can't.
Nope. Keep going. Keep going.
Almost.
Keep going. Oh no.
Yeah! Don't look at the shell. Don't look at the shell. Now, if you want to, you can add more flavors into here as well. I'm just gonna go kind of classic French toast, though, with a little bit of vanilla and some cinnamon. Now, the cinnamon's never actually gonna mix into this because cinnamon is hygroscopic, so it likes to float on the top of that mixture. But I'm gonna go in with just a touch of vanilla. If you wanted to, you could also do like an almond extract. If you had a pistachio extract, is that a thing?
Yes.
It is.
Is it good or
it.
is it weird or is it good?
No, it's good.
Oh, see, if you got
very
that,
good.
then do it.
Yeah.
A little bit of that cinnamon in there as well. And then for the dairy, I'm gonna go in with 3/4 of a cup of milk and then a 1/4 cup of whipping cream. Now, you don't have to do whipping cream. You can do all milk if you're feeling it, but it's Easter.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's brunch.
At this point.
At this point, what are you even doing? What are we doing here? All right, 1/4 cup of that cream is going in as well. And then I just want to give that a good beat together just to get those eggs nice and incorporated.
Hygroscopic.
Hygroscopic. Did you
That's a
learn that?
new word I just learned.
We learned about the cornstarch in the cheese sauce.
Yes.
We're learning about science of cinnamon.
Lots of science.
And I've got another fun fact.
do it. Love it.
Well, you know why eggs are such an important part about Easter?
Why?
Because think back to pre-industrialized times.
Okay.
Well, chickens wouldn't lay eggs all year round. Spring. Daylight, they start laying their eggs.
Really?
Olson.
Yep.
Anna Olson with the
That's it.
history lesson?
Yeah.
We brought it all. Science and history here on the good stuff. All right, I'm gonna get that beautiful custard, and this is the only tricky part of this recipe. You need to carefully pour this over these croissants. It's gonna wanna spill a little bit, but those croissants are gonna absorb all of that custard.
Yeah.
You do wanna set this aside for about 30 minutes at least, or even better, do that overnight.
Yeah.
Shove these down, give them a little bit of a push so they get in that custard. For some good measure, I'm gonna go on top with a little bit more pistachio just for fun. Maybe a little bit more chocolate. Then once that's rested for that 30 minutes or again overnight, pop that into a 375-degree oven for about 35 minutes. All that custard's gonna absorb into those beautiful little croissants. We're going to get the most beautiful little dish. The thing I love about this, even if you crammed those croissants into there, they're gonna puff up so nice with that wonderful custard. And this smells and looks like an absolute dream. I mean, come on. Put that on your table. Little bit of icing sugar right on top, just for some fun. And to me, that looks like one heck of a right? Did I win you over, Shahir?
Cool idea.
Thank you so much. I'm feeling good about it. I'm
Looks
gonna have a
great.
taste of it, but just in case you are looking to celebrate this Easter with your loved ones, thanks to Canadian Kitchen Shop Cookery, you're all going home with this adorable heart baking dish from Emile Henry's new Mother's Collection. All right, Shahir, you are up next, and you are gonna put cake on this table, right? We are doing it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I was watching the show. In theory, you would think, this is a fun thing to do with the kids. It's not.
Good luck keeping them away.
It's not. Your whole life will be pink, purple, green, your clothes, your cabinets, your soul.
Easter brunch, why not have a little breakfast dessert plunked right down in the middle of your table? That's what I always say. Shahir.
Yeah.
I hear you got an extra special plan for us today.
See what you've done there, Mary.
Yes.
I'm taking my favorite Easter treat, these mini eggs.
Oh, yes.
You can't eat one, Mary. If you eat one, you're gonna eat 100. Everyone goes like, I made a morning kind of coffee cake, except I made it multicolored. So 5 different pastel colors, marbly cake with the eggs in between in a layer and on top.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, this is not a subtle cake.
Do you know what I like about this though? Brunch always goes into the afternoon.
Yeah.
Cake is great.
Yeah.
Cake is great any time of day, but yeah, we're good to go.
It's like a coffee cake.
Yeah. With candy in it.
With candy.
Yes, fantastic. I love
It's
this.
fine.
I love
so,
this.
starts off easy enough. Butter and sugar mixed together.
Okay.
And while you do that, I'm gonna get the dry together. Simple stuff.
Okay.
Flour, baking powder, baking soda, and
Fantastic.
salt. Now, I want to tell the audience this wasn't my idea because this is the 3rd time the staff at The Good Stuff said, hey, Shahir, we want you to bake. Oh, and Anna Olson will be here.
I feel like every time we've been on, he
always baking when you're here.
That is actually true. What a weird prank we're playing.
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
We love
She's
you.
right there. Anyway, this is good, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I like to mix the dry separately, and I know you do too, because with any cake, you don't want to overmix it. So why not mix separately so that we can just bring everything together?
Okay.
The eggs in with the butter and the sugar. Yeah,
All right, we got it.
We got it. There we go.
Yeah.
And then my secret, you know, everything we've done today, you could make ahead, like your waffles, the gravlax, everything. You can make this cake the day before. Sour cream helps to make a cake super moist.
It really does.
It's like the magic thing with any cake. So I'm gonna get a little sour cream into our wet bowl.
Okay.
And then
I'm gonna get you a spatula.
a little spatula and a little bit of milk as well. So again, you could use buttermilk too. But that sour cream or milk and buttermilk will keep it super, super moist.
Beautiful.
For a day, even 2 days.
Now, I know you want to also add your very favorite thing.
Okay. You love nutmeg.
I do.
More than anyone should.
I am.
You love mustard.
Mustard, yeah.
Anna, what's your thing?
I don't know, cinnamon?
Nice. That's a good one. Cinnamon's a good one.
Vanilla bean paste. That's my jam. I like it more than the extract. I like it more than the bean.
Whoa, that's bold.
Let me just explain.
Okay.
The bean is like $20.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, this is the right in between.
Nice.
It's not like as fake as the extract. I don't love the extract. And the paste and the bean. Come on.
Yeah. Shahir,
I
you
can't
are
afford the beans.
You're the only man on the good stuff who every time you're like, I'm gonna use caviar. Right? He loves the caviar
Where's the
moment.
bell
Yeah.
budget? That's what I do. Okay, so now we've got the wet. Super simple. Like I said, you could add cinnamon to this. Now it's a coffee cake. It's a simple kind of recipe.
Beautiful.
Now that my dry ingredients are already mixed, I can literally just bring this together. Again, if you're adding the flour, the baking powder, the salt separately, you really got to mix it to incorporate, and now you've overmixed your cake.
That's true. And if you like a tough cake, good for you. I don't.
No mas.
No.
No mas. So now it's as simple as we bring this together, and then after the break, I'm going to show you how to make this one batter into 5 different pastel colors.
Okay, Shahir.
It's gonna be awesome.
I cannot wait to see it. It's gonna be an absolute beaut. Stick around. We're gonna do that after the break. Obsession in your home, like I think they are in all of ours. Shahir is making a rainbow chocolate mini egg cake that's going to be a huge hit.
Again, it's not subtle.
No.
This is an over-the-top.
But you're usually so subtle.
Usually
right?
I'm very low-key.
Yeah.
So we've made our simple kind of coffee cake batter.
Beautiful.
And now I've divided it evenly into 5. Food coloring gel is the secret here. And I like the gel more than the liquid because it doesn't make your cake batter too watery.
Yeah.
And anytime you have a cookie or a cake, I don't like the liquid as much as the gel because it doesn't mess with the consistency.
Totally.
Now, I will say this. We're gonna figure out, because some of these are so dark, a little bit goes a long way. So this might look red, but actually it's kind of a little bit pink.
Pinky?
So
Okay.
you literally need a dab like this. And look, see?
Oh yeah, look at go.
See how it just transforms? So, Mary, add a little dab of, what do you got there?
I think this is green. Let's give it a go.
And you just mix it in. If you need a little bit more. Now, I will say this. When I was doing this recipe at home, my wife was freaking out. And she's like, how are you giving the children this much food coloring? And I'm like, I grew up in the 80s. You know?
Yeah.
Like, parents were smoking in the play place at birthday parties. Like,
Do you know
have a little purple. It's okay, I think.
Just a little purple. purple.
Have a little purple, kids. Like, it's not gonna kill them.
But the thing my husband
that.
would be losing it over is the number of bowls we're using for
Yes.
this. Right. Yeah, I love it. This is a bowl-heavy
The cleanup
recipe.
is significant, but it's gonna be totally worth it. And you can see how little. It's like, when I write this recipe, I don't even know the word to use. It's like a dollop. It's way, a smidgen?
Smidge.
What would we say? What would we say?
Yeah.
A smidge?
And what's the word here? It's like
dot.
microscopic amount?
Yeah.
A micro teaspoon.
A micro teaspoon?
Oh, there you go. Ooh, blue, very tasty.
You got the blue, you got the green. What
Just
am I
this guy.
missing? Ah,
Eh,
of course. Look at how little.
just a little there.
Just a little to make
Oh,
it
we can
nice
do-
and orange.
Nice.
Actually, it's gonna be more of like a yellow,
I like that.
right? Look at the yellow. Look.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice Easter yellow.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you think about the liquid food coloring, sometimes I've seen recipes add 20 drops. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just give a little smidgen.
You're gonna
Now,
taste
The
it.
whole teardrop.
For the marbling, the teardropper.
Yeah.
For the marbling effect, take half of each color.
Okay.
Okay, Mary, and just all over the place.
Do you know what
Save
this
the other half
reminds
for the
me
top.
of a little bit, Shahir? It's almost like a king cake.
Yeah.
You know what I
king
mean?
cake?
Yeah.
Purple, yellow,
Yeah,
and green.
New Orleans. Mardi
Mardi
Gras.
Gras.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
Listen,
about.
listen.
Okay.
This is Shahir's version of a king cake, and I love it.
Ha-ha! Take that,
Yeah.
king cake. A king cake, that's a New Orleans thing?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It's a good one. It's like a multicolored cake. This reminds me of when I was a kid, I used to make a bundt cake that was a rainbow cake. And I would dye all the colors and do the exact
do a
same
little
thing.
green.
Little green. Da,
Now,
da, da.
in theory, you would think, this is a fun thing to do with the kids. It's not.
Good luck keeping them away.
It's not. Your whole life will be pink, purple,
Yeah.
green,
Yeah.
your clothes,
Yep.
your cabinets, your soul.
Your cat. Yeah.
Your cat. This is something you bake and then you invite the kids over.
Oh,
Now
okay.
take a knife. Now we're gonna marble it.
Ooh, oh,
Marbly, marbly.
yeah.
Not subtle at all.
No.
It's so fun, but don't overmix it either.
Okay.
Now we take those eggs, okay?
The handful was
Just a
so
handful.
funny.
Mid-layer.
Oh, yeah.
Mid-layer.
What did you say? Measure with your heart?
Measure with
Yeah.
your heart. That's the Andrea Buckett chocolate
Once you
measurement
eat
for the
one of
day.
these things, you eat a million.
Okay.
And then, Mary, we go back on top.
Okay, so we
Oh,
would do
boy.
the rest and then swirl it again.
You're gonna do the same procedure on top, swirl it again, bake it off.
Okay.
Now, when you bake it off, you go, it looks a little dark. Wait till we cut into it.
Okay.
Now,
ooh, know what I like?
you can
the little
see.
sugar of the candy coating gives you a little crispy top.
You get a little crispy.
Okay.
Now, simple glaze, powdered sugar, splash of milk. When I did this at home, I actually had another 5 bowls of like, too many bowls. Too many bowls. Now get this on top.
Oh, yeah.
On top of the crazy marbly cake.
Listen, a bundt cake is made for brunch. Look at that
baby.
go.
Now, it might not be subtle, it might not be sophisticated, but come on.
Yes.
More eggs on top, and then Mary, I'm gonna leave.
I mean,
The handfuls are amazing.
No, it's just, this is my.
We can do a slice?
You gotta show the
Okay, let's-
interior of the stunning
let's
marble.
do this.
Now you call the kids.
Okay.
Now you call the grandkids.
Okay.
When the bowls have been cleaned.
Let's do a
Drum roll,
little lift.
please.
Shahir! So fun.
It's cool.
That is fun.
It's cool.
You know what?
It's cool.
We're gonna give it a go. Shahir, fantastic job. What a fun cake.
Happy Easter.
Oh, bacon with
We
Shahir.
need some coffee.
Yes.
Bacon with Shahir.
Bacon with Shahir. It's a new thing. I love it. We gotta take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Check out this absolutely incredible spread. This is the ultimate Easter brunch, I must say. We nailed it today, guys.
Looks great.
everything looks delicious.
Yeah, honestly, I cannot wait to dig in. But thank you guys so much for being here. And if you wanted to add a little bit of a surprise to your kids' Easter basket that's not chocolate, thanks to Jazzwares, you're all getting an assortment of these adorable Squishmallows. Happy Easter, everybody!